good puzzle link.
Yes,
linked to your £50 note.
Later on today, GCHQ, so they are basically the professional puzzle solvers for our country, are releasing a new set of puzzles to coincide with the release of the new £50 note, because the man on it is Alan Turing, who you may not know very much about. Good morning. Now, when a new note comes out, it always starts a conversation, and this time it is about this man. Alan Turing. You might know very little about him, but he will undoubtedly have changed your life. I've been looking at why, out of nearly 1,000 scientists considered for the new note, he's been chosen to be remembered. Alan Turing showed that by asking one question, you can change the world. His crypto-analysis at Bletchley Park had already helped bring the Second World War to an end, when his insatiable curiosity fixated on one thing. By asking the question, can machines think, Alan Turing was combining mathematics with philosophy. What does it mean to be human? How far can computers imitate us, indeed go beyond us? And he said about his work, this is only a foretaste of what is to come, the shadow of what is going to be. And he wasn't wrong, was he? The smartphone you use, the tablet I'm using to Zoom Turing's nephew, and the green screen he's trying to set up.
You're quite blue.
Oh, there we go. I just have to be blue.
All exist because Alan Turing began the process of programming machines. Some better than others.
Right, so...
You're not doing much for the Turing name in terms of scientific prowess here, Dermot.
No, it's great, isn't it? Hold on. Got a conflagration here.
What's going on?
The red thing I put on the light to change the light colour has tried to catch fire. So fire is out.
How much will having his face on a banknote help? How much will that raise conversation around him?
I think Alan Turing would have wanted us to think about things like underrepresentation of women in science subjects, underrepresentation of black ethnic minority kids in STEM subjects at school, and why they're not being given the opportunities that they should have, and why that's bad for all of us. These were things that I think he was quite keen on during his lifetime, and I'm very delighted that the Bank of England, in their choice of imagery on the banknote, decided not to major up on code breaking and to focus on Alan Turing as a figure in computer science.
What do you think he'd make of his nephew's efforts of setting up a Zoom and setting the living room on fire?
I think he'd probably find at least some of that hilarious.
Alan Turing was 41 when he died after eating an apple with traces of cyanide. He'd been convicted simply for having a relationship with another man. But his legacy is everywhere, every day, in every country. As Mark Carney, the former Bank of England governor, said, Turing is a giant on whose shoulders so many now stand. Just an incredible man, and amazing to think he was only 41 when he died. And we will have the new £50 note later to show you. But for some of us, of course, there's a real chance that we'll never actually come into contact with one of them. Few of us are using cash, with contactless now becoming way more common.
The £50 note has had a makeover, and trust you to get your hands on it.
There it is, yeah. Lovely. I've been told...
Is it still pink?
I'm under strict instructions to give it back to the boss, unfortunately, as soon as we come off air, which is a bit annoying. We don't get to keep all the props, do we? Yeah, good morning. You'll remember the Bank of England announced in 2019 that we'd be getting a new note, and here it is. It was officially unveiled at 7 a.m. And I want to draw your attention to this face on the front. It is the scientist, Alan Turing. Now, you can see that table of mathematical formulae from his paper on computable numbers, which basically enabled machines to think. Just incredible. You can also see bottom right there his signature from Bletchley Park, where he worked as a crypto analyst. He helped to crack the German Enigma code, and with that he brought forward the end of the war. He now becomes the first gay man to feature on a note. Not a bad CV, and all by the age of 41. Now, to celebrate Alan's achievements and his appearance on the new note, GCHQ, the government's intelligence agency, have released some puzzles for us to crack.